Hello folks, my name is Andrew Vanhorn, and I want to welcome you to the Get Together Without Getting Together concert put on by Village Lifestyle Real Estate Team. This song goes out to Tina Ketchison. I could have been the whiskey, might have been the gin, I could have been the 3 or 4 6-packs, I don't know, but look at the mess I'm in. My head is like a football, I think I'm gonna die. Tell me, oh my, wasn't that a party? Someone took a grapefruit, wore it like a hat. I saw someone under my kitchen table talking to my old tomcat, talking about hockey. The cat was talking back, along about then everything went black. But wasn't that a party? I'm sure it's just my memories playing tricks on me. But I think I saw my buddy cutting down my neighbor's tree. Could have been the whiskey, might have been the gin, could have been the 3 or 4 6-packs, I don't know, but look at the mess I'm in. My head is like a football, I think I'm gonna die. Tell me, oh my, wasn't that a party? A Loyalist party? Come on! Billy, Joe, and Tommy, well, they went a little far. They were sitting in my backyard blowing on the siren of somebody's police car. So you see, Your Honor, it was all in fun. A little bit of tracking me down on Main Street was just to see if the cops could run, and they ran us in to see you in an alcoholic haze. I sure could use those 30 days to recover from the party. Could have been the whiskey, might have been gin, I could have been the 3 or 4 6-packs, I don't know, but look at the mess I'm in. My head is like a football, I think I'm gonna die. Tell me, oh my, wasn't that a party? Come on, Beth! Thank you so much. It's good to be here. The song goes out to Gabby Sousa and Colin Skinner. It's called Up Here in Canada. Jimmies and hockey, syrup and bacon, Molson and Mounties and Petrocan stations, throwing on some cheese and gravy on top of our fries. That's a poutine. And we wear our plaid sweaters when we walk amongst the northern lights. And Rockies and prairies, oceans and lakes, other than winter, all the seasons are great. Brushing off the snow a little longer than we like. But you won't hear us complain, 'cause that just wouldn't be polite. No ma'am, 'cause up here in Canada, the air's clear, the weather's adequate, we all cheer, we're pretty passionate, and everybody has a pet polar bear and a moose. Yeah, up here in Canada. Celsius kilometers, prime ministers and provinces. We maybe say it different, but we always keep our promises. We said we'd win the gold back in 2010, and we did. But because we're so nice, we'll let you win it every now and again. But not too many times. 'Cause up here in Canada, we like beards, we think they're fabulous. We don't fear if people laugh at us for wearing 6 pairs of long underwear and a toque. Yeah, up here in Canada. Basketball and telephones, wonder bras and hockey, snowmobiles, ketchup chips, and even walkie-talkies, peanut butter, garbage bags, a mighty foghorn, and just a few things that you can thank us for. Shatner, Carey, Myers, Gosling, Reynolds, and Reeves, Candy Short, Michael J, and all of Schitt's Creek, Celine, Shania, Adams, Bieber, Bublé, and Drake. We're sorry about Nickelback, yeah, that was a mistake. We're sorry, we're sorry, we're sorry, eh? We're so sorry. 'Cause up here in Canada, we like beer and our cannabis, and each year we all get taxed a bunch, but everybody gets free health care and a goose. Yeah, up here in Canada. We like to raise up our drinks here. We shout out sociable and drink if you're having a drink. I just want to talk a little bit about the Loyalist community. There's about 400 homes in that community, and speaking with Ted Custance and Catherine Arnold there, the hosts of our show, they're proud to call that area home. And Ted speaks highly about the Loyalist community, and actually it's been my great pleasure having performed for that community down at Finkelshore Park, part of their music in the summer. And that was my great experience, sort of meeting a lot of the people down there. And like I said, he lives there and has the good fortune to do the majority of the community's real estate business under the banner of Village Lifestyle Real Estate. And you can hear in his voice how proud he is, and he speaks so highly and really appreciates the support that he's had over the years in that community. So I want to thank you, Ted, for putting this concert on. This is for Loyalist, for Bath, for Kingston, and for everyone that needs something, some happiness during these times. This here's a tune called Sonny's Dream. Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space where you can kick off your sneakers, you can give up the race, you can lay down your head by a sweet river bed, but Sonny always remembers what it was his mama, she says. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone, and your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and those nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Sonny carries a load, though he's barely a man. There ain't much he can do, and yet he does what he can. And he watches the sea from a room by the stairs as the waves keep on rolling. They've done that for years and for years. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone, and your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and those nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. All right, pick up your fiddles and your tin whistles, whatever whatever else you got around the house. Sonny's dreams can't be real. They're just stories he's read. They're just stars in his eyes. They're just dreams in his head. And he hungers inside for the wide world outside. And I know I can't hold him, though I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried. Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone, and your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And those nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. What a beautiful tune by Ron Hines. That tune up here in Canada was by Clark W., by the way. This here is called, it's called the COVID-19 Shanty, actually, and this is a request by Ted Custance. This is for you, Ted. So this was written there by Dermot Ryan, requested by Ted Custance, and it's called the COVID-19 Shanty. In the town of Wuhan, some germs from an animal made a big leap and infected a few. Nobody thought it would be a pandemic, and now the whole world's in a hullabaloo. It didn't take long for the germs to go global in planes and trains and cruises by sea. Now locked in our homes and trying to stay sober, we can't even watch live sports on TV. 6 long months in isolation, 6 long months there was nothing at all. 6 long months in isolation, this lockdown is driving me up the wall. I tried to go out, got sent back in again. I went out again, straight back in again. Sick to death of the social distance and finished the lockdown for once and for all. The experts say keep 2 meters distance and never to gather in couples and groups. And eating at home is a total disaster. I'm fat as a fool eating pasta and soups. Now Trump took it lightly, there's no need to panic. 'Tis only a flu, not to worry at all. Talking shite and blame in China when Mexico begs him to finish the wall. 6 long months in isolation, 6 long months without toilet roll. I wish to God I had constipation because I have nothing for wiping me whole. I tried to go out, got sent back in again. I went out again, straight back in again. Sick to death of this social distance and finished the lockdown for once and for all. 6 long months in isolation, 6 long months there was nothing at all. 6 long months in isolation, this lockdown is driving me up the wall. 6 long months in isolation, the planet has never looked greener before. But back to the grind to pay off the mortgage, the world just won't be the same anymore. COVID-19 Shanty. I want to remind the Loyalist community there that we have a standing date. We have a standing date where I and my friends Colin Skinner on the bagpipes and the tin whistle and Ted Chu on the fiddle are coming to perform. It is my deepest regret that we had to cancel, of course, the St. Patrick's Day party we had this year, but all this COVID-19 craziness, we made the right choice. But we have a standing date, so I won't forget it, you don't forget it. Remember, we're staying apart so that we can see each other again soon, you know? This song here goes out to Catherine Arnold. Now, Catherine Arnold's the newest member of the Village Lifestyle Real Estate team. And like I was saying, he truly, when speaking to him on the phone there, he was saying he truly feels it as a blessing to have such huge support from his community. And he wants to take this opportunity to announce the invitation of Catherine Arnold on his team, and hopes that you will show her the same a love and appreciation, and show her the very best that you've shown him. Catherine lives in the area. She's got a solid real estate and business background, and so please welcome her to the Village Lifestyle team. He hopes that you'll include her in your future planning. All right, Catherine, this is for you. I've been a wild rover for many's a year, and I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I swear I won't play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Come on, Loyalist. Well, I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the bartender that my money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I can have any day. So I pulled from me pocket 10 euros right, and the bartender's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, we've got whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke sure were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. I'll never, no more. Come on now. And it's no, nay, never, right up your kilt. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. Now never, no more. I'll go back to my parents, I'll confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they forgive me, as oft times before, and I swear I won't play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. One more time. And it's no, no, nay, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Hey, that's for you, Catherine Arnold. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the Village Lifestyle team. And I can't wait in person so that we can all get together and invite you in a proper party. But this here's the second best, and I want to thank you. And I want to thank Ted for putting this on. This here song goes out to Holly Ann Davidson Fisher. Let's see if we can find this one for you here. This is a request. Let's put on the capo here. I hope everyone's having a good time. I hope you can hear me okay. And I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on a Thursday night. You know, I realize we're all sort of locked in, but it's also raining, so I guess we'd be inside anyways. Get up, use the washroom, get a drink, whenever you need. I'll hardly notice. So this here's a completely new song for me. think it's one you might recognize. Goes out to Holly Ann Davidson Fisher. Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on a morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed him. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sounds that call the young sailors? The voice might be one in the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. I still think Kermit does it better. Thank you. This here is a song for the ladies. Ladies, we need a song, don't we? This song's called The Scotsman, and it is for the ladies. Don't worry, men, we'll get our turn. It's called The Scotsman. Well, a Scotsman clad in kilt left the bar one evening fair, and one could tell by how he walked that he drunk more than his share. And he fumbled round until he could no longer keep his feet. Then he stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. Oh, ring-ding-dilly-lighty, oh, ring-ding-dilly-eye. And he stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. About that time, two young and lovely ladies happened by, and one says to the other with a twinkle in her eye, "How see yon sleeping Scotsman, so strong and handsome built? I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath their kilts. Oh, ring ding diddly liney, oh, ring ding diddly hi. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath their kilts. They crept upon that sleeping Scotsman, quiet as could be. They lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. And there, behold, for them to view beneath his Scottish skirt, was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Oh, ring ding diddly liney, oh, ring ding diddly hi. Was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. They marveled for a moment, then one said, we must be gone. Let's leave a present for our friends before we move along. As a gift they left a blue silk ribbon tied into a bow. Around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Oh, ring ding diddly liney, oh, ring ding diddly hi. Around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Now the Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled towards the trees. Behind the bush he lifts his kilt and gawks at what he sees. And in a startled voice he says to what's before his eyes, oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you've won first prize. Oh, ring ding diddly liney, oh, ring ding diddly eye. Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you've won first prize. For the ladies. Oh. This song here is called Lukey's Boat. It goes up to Carol Lott. She says, play anything East Coast. Carol Lott begins to a group called the Kingston Senior Choristers, and again, this is a group that they couldn't put on the show. I'm sure they put a lot of work into it, and they're just not able to put it together. It's a 100+ senior chorister choir. I'm thinking of you, Carol. Thanks for reaching out with this request. It's called Lukey's Boat. It's by Great Big Sea. Well, Lukey's boat is painted green, me boys. Lukey's boat is painted green, it's the prettiest boat that you've ever seen. Me boys, a diddle-I-day. Me boys, a diddle-I-day. Well, Lukey's boat's got a fine port cuddy, me boys. Lukey's boat's got a fine port cuddy, and every seam is chinked with putty, me boys, a diddle-I-day. Me boys, a diddle-I-day. Well, ice is Lukey, the blinds are down, me boys. And ice is Lukey, the blinds are down. Me wife, she's dead and she's underground, me boys, a diddle-I-day. Me boys, a diddle-I-day. Well, I says, Lukey, I don't care, me boys. I says, Lukey, I don't care. I'll get me another in the spring of the year, me boys, a diddle-I-day. Me boys, a diddle-I-day. Well, old Lukey's rolling out his grub, me boys. Lukey's rolling out his grub, a 1 split pea and a 10-pound tub, me boys, a diddle-I-day. Me boys, a diddle-I-day. Well, old Lukey's boat's got high top sails, me boys. Well, old Lukey's boat's got high top sails. The sheet was planked with copper nails, me boys, a diddle-I-day. Ha ha ha, me boys a diddle-I-day. Well, old Lukey's boat is painted green, ah, me boys. Well, old Lukey's boat is painted green. It's the prettiest boat that you've ever seen, ah, me boys a diddle-I-day. Ha ha ha, me boys a diddle-I-day. Ha ha, me boys a diddle-I-day. Lukey's boat. This song goes out to Dave Stewart. I want to thank you for the request, Dave Stewart. I think he said anything East Coast as well. Anything Newfoundland, actually, I think it was specific. Dave Stewart, thank you for reaching out. This is a beautiful tune. It's called Joe Bat's Arm Longliners. I wish I was locked in with a fiddle player and an accordion player and such. But alas, I'm not. I will do this one myself. I hope you're all doing okay during these times. I want to thank you, Ted. I want to thank you, Catherine, for this opportunity to play some music for you, and I hope it brings you some joy. I know I'm enjoying myself very much. Can't wait to get back out to you. Remember, we have a standing date, Loyalist. This is called Joe Bat's Arm Longliner. 1, 2, 3. If you come back home to Newfoundland, put aside your city charms. Stop off at the fish plant in a place called Joe Bat's Arm. As you approach that busy scene, you'll see some fishermen. But most of all, you'll see the big longliners coming in. There's Gilbert and the Stella, she's loaded down with skate. And Justin and the Endeavour, where Billy Burke is mate. With their hardy crews and captains, they're the finest fishermen. And the girls are all excited, the longliners coming in. For the Joe Bat's Arm longliners, they're coming home tonight. As they steam up the harbor, you can see the masthead light. With their hardy crews and captains, they're the finest fishermen. And the girls are all excited, the longliners coming in. Da 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 da. Be dancing at the motel until the early dawn. At the finest band at Tilton Club, they're swinging arm in arm. There's all those pretty island girls all serving up the beer. But tomorrow morning all the boys must be back at the pier. For the Joe Bat's Arm longliners, they're coming home tonight. As they steam up the harbor, you can see the masthead light. With their hardy crews and captains, they're the finest fishermen. And the girls are all excited, the longliners coming in. Da 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 da. That goes out to you, Dave. Let's do some more songs, shall we? The sun was setting in the west. The birds were singing on every tree. All nature seemed inclined for the rest. but there still was no rest for me. Farewell, Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away o'er the briny ocean tossed, would you ever heave a sigh or wish for me? I grieve to leave my native land. I grieve to leave my comrades all, and my parents whom I do hold so dear, and the bonny, bonny lass that I do adore. Farewell, Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away o'er the briny ocean tossed, would you ever heave a sigh or wish for me? The drums do beat and the wars do alarm. The captain calls, we must obey. So farewell, farewell to Nova Scotia's charms, or it's early in the morning I'll be far, far away. Farewell, Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away o'er the briny ocean tossed, would you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? I have 3 brothers, and they are at rest. Their arms are folded across their chest. But a poor simple sailing just like me must be tossed and driven on the dark blue sea. Farewell, Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I'm far away o'er the briny ocean tossed, would you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? Would you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? Whoa. Had to open up the door there. It's getting warm in here. I don't know about you. This concert's a lot of fun. Like I said, when I played Finkelshore Park, I want to thank Bon Evans for inviting me out during that. That was their summer Music in the Park series. And don't you just miss something simple as that, just going to the park? You wouldn't have thought twice about it. And here we are, you know. Just a shout out to the Loyalist community. It's not strictly a retirement community. And that's true. The majority of residents are young at heart seniors. And I got a taste of that there. It's a strong, sociable, close-knit community. And hopefully this show has allowed us to get together without getting together. And I think that's a wonderful theme. And again, I want to thank Village Lifestyle for having me out. I hope we get to do this again, the real estate team there. And all of you, thanks for joining me. It's just myself here, but I know you're out there, and I hope you're having a good time. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all of my tin on the lassies drinking gin, for across the western ocean I must wander. And where is me boots, me noggin, noggin boots? they're all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, the heels they are worn out, and the toes are kicked about, and the soles are looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all of my tin on the lassies drinking gin, for across the western ocean I must wander. Come on. And where is me shirt, me noggin shirt? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, the collar is all worn, and the sleeves are all torn, and the tail is looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all of my tin on the lassies drinking gin, far across the western ocean I must wander. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all of my tin on the lassies drinking gin, far across the western ocean I must wander. Woo! Thank you. All right, gentlemen, we've waited long enough. That's our song. We need a song. This is called the Mermaid Song. This is for the guys. When I was a lad in a fishing town, me old man said to me, you can spend your life, your jolly life, just sailing on the sea. You can search the world for pretty girls till your eyes are weak and dim, but don't go searching for a mermaid, son, if you don't know how to swim. And so I signed on a whaling ship my very first day at sea. I seen a mermaid in the waves reaching out to me. Come live with me in the sea, she said, down on the ocean floor, and I'll show you a million wondrous things you've never seen before. 'Cause her hair was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale, her face, it was a work of art. I loved that girl with all my heart, but I only liked the upper part, I did not like the tail. Nope. So over I jumped and she pulled me down to a seaweed bed. On a pillow made of a turtle's shell she placed beneath my head. She fed me shrimp and caviar upon a silver dish. From her head to her waist it was just my taste, but the rest of her was a fish. Oh, her hair was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale, her face, it was a work of art. I loved that girl with all my heart, but I only liked the upper part, I did not like the tail. But then one day she swam away, so I sang to the clams and the whales. Oh, how I miss her seaweed hair and the silver shine of her scales. But then her sister, she swam by and set my heart a-whirl. 'Cause her upper part was an ugly fish, but her bottom part was a girl. 'Cause her hair was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale, her legs, they are a work of art. I love that girl with all my heart, and I don't give a damn about the upper part, 'cause that's how I get my tail. That's for you. Sociable. Well, I hope you like that. I was thinking, do you mind if I do one of mine? This is a tune that's written by our fiddle player Ted Chu and myself. So he says it's loosely based on the Tiernanog. That's our finest local pub. We played there for about 8 years. And this song goes out to you, Tiernanog. And yeah, so he writes this thing, and I says, well, I'll put some words to it. And so this is the finest local pub. I hope you like that. I strolled down to my local pub, and lo, what did I see? Floorboards shaking, rafters quaking, kegs of beer flowing free. I settle into my bar, still singing with the band on stage. I'm feeling frisky, flights of whiskey, we're letting loose I'd wage. And as we should for this here town is reaching evening time, down at the finest local pub in a city so divine, so raise your glasses in the air singing Sweet Caroline. Down at the finest local pub in this dirty town of mine. The crowd claps to the offbeat and tries to stay in tune. Here's softly bleeding PA back feeding, howling at the moon. A crowd walks past the window, I knows them all by name. The frown disarms with open arms, they'll surely join the fray. And as they should for this here town is reaching evening time, down at the finest local pub in a city so divine, so raise your glasses in the air singing sociable this time, down at the finest local pub in this dirty town of mine. On the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or any given day of the week, we'll draw a pint, don't you think we might? Now don't you dare be meek. I'll jump up and then down again with nary a wee drop spilt. I'm feeling young at the top of me lungs, yelling right up your kilt. And as you should for this here town is reaching evening time, down at the finest local pub in a city so divine, so raise your glasses in the air singing Auld Lang Syne. Down at the finest local pub in this dirty town of mine. I strolled down to my local pub and I'll fiddle with the band on stage. A floorboard shaking, rafters quaking, going all night I'd wage. And as we should for this here town is reaching morning time, down at the finest local pub in a city so divine, so raise your glasses in the air singing Sweet Caroline. Down at the finest local pub in this dirty town of mine. And as we should for this here town is reaching morning time, down at the finest local pub in a city so divine, so raise your glasses in the air singing sociable this time, down at the finest local pub in this dirty town of mine. Down at the finest local pub in this dirty town of mine. Thank you. That's one of ours called The Finest Local Pub. You can check that out on Spotify, iTunes, etc. I kind of wouldn't mind doing a tune here. You heard on the news about what was going on in Bobcaygeon at one of the senior homes up there and how fragile that situation is. And I'll admit I wasn't out on my patio singing during this. But I'd like to sing Bobcaygeon right now to you. I left your house this morning about 9:15. Could have been the Willie Nelson, could have been the wine. Well, when I left your house this morning, Bob Cajun, I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. Drove back to town this morning with working on my mind. Thought of maybe quitting, thought of leaving it behind. Went back to work this morning, and as I'm pulling down the blind, the sky was dull and hypothetical, yeah, and falling one cloud at a time. That night in Toronto, with its checkerboard floors, riding on horseback and keeping order restored until the men they couldn't hang stepped to the mic and sang, and their voices rang with that Aryan twang. Got to your house this morning, I'm just a little after 9. In the middle of that riot, couldn't get you off my mind. So I'm at your house this morning, just a little after 9. 'Cause it was in Bob Cajun where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. Beautiful tune by the Tragically Hip. There's a song, it's a request by Ted Custance, and it goes out to Linda and Bruce Richardson. This is for Linda and Bruce Richardson. I want you to know that Ted Custance is thinking of you. The song's called A Lullaby. It's one of ours as well. This here's about the Rideau Canal and those workers who died building the Rideau Canal. I left a land of famine, crossed the ocean grey and bare. Hunger took my family as I breathed the briny air. I wonder if my prospects for a new life will hold true. In the heart of Upper Canada, a country young and new. War between the colony and America fresh in mind. Distrust and suspicion was the welcome that you'd find. The orange men don't care for me, no one gives me a try. The only work that's left is to dig for Colonel By. Swing the pick and throw the mud, a thankless job, our pay is crud, but it's our legacy, boys. Some of us, here we will go free. But for now it'll be the sweat off a brow. It's a dirty job, but by God we're proud. Drink it up, but we're having fun. Malaria drops us one by one. Make way for the horses, they're bringing up the corpses to sing a lullaby for those who died, for those who died. Digging ditch for Colonel By. Driven by the redcoats, we toil away the hours, digging this canal for a fight that isn't ours. At every lock and mill, a graveyard must be made, and time will rock the markers so that no one knows their name. And deep inside a wilderness of rivers and lakes, with beast and mosquito as companions at break, I'll join the French Canadians and labor away. And friends I've lost I'll see again up at heaven's gate. Swing the pick and throw the mud, a thankless job. Our pay is crud, but it's our legacy, boys. Some of us here we will go free, but for now it'll be the sweat off a brow. It's a dirty job, but by God we're proud. Drink it up, but we're having fun. Malaria drops us one by one. Make way for the horses, then bringing up the corpses to sing a lullaby for those who died, for those who died. Digging ditch for Colonel By. She took 6 years to complete, and boys, ain't she real neat? 1,000 workers died, gave sweat and tear to Colonel By. And if you prayed up to your God to keep you alive, then you prayed 3 times as hard for the friends you watched die. A stiff challenge that first day to navigate a waterway between Ottawa River and down what was then known as Old Kingstown. And in the middle of the thick where many men fell, a marvel was built which they called the Rideau Canal. Swing the pick and throw the mud, a thankless job. Our pay is crud, but it's our legacy, boys. Some of us here we will go free, but for now it'll be the sweat off a brow. It's a dirty job, and by God we're proud. Drink it up, but we're having fun. Malaria drops us one by one. Make way for the horses, they're bringing up the corpses to sing a lullaby for those who died, from those who died. Digging ditch for Colonel By. That goes out for you, Linda and Bruce Richardson from Ted Custance. I think we've got a couple more songs. Would you like that? Encore! Actually, we have a proper encore today. Ted asked me if I would play a couple videos. One of them was Amazing Grace that the band did at the Presbyterian Church up here on Middle Road. So we'll play that, and actually I play a tune with Brian Flynn from Turpin's Trail, and we're going to play 2 videos that we put together. Fire in the Flood is the first one during this COVID-19 era, and of course Amazing Grace was done about a year ago or so. So that'll be a bit of our encore. I want to do this tune here. I think it's a good one. It's called The Parting Glass. And I hope that I get to see each and every one of you and meet all the new faces that I didn't have a chance to meet down at Finkelshore Park. Again, I just want to say thank you to Ted and Catherine of Village Lifestyle Real Estate Team, and I'll thank all of you. And remember, we have a standing date together, our St. Patrick's meal, our show, that'll be going on hopefully as soon as we can. Okay, post-pandemic St. Patrick's Day party. I want to thank all of you, and again, I want to invite and thank Catherine Arnold for being part of the team down at Village Lifestyle Real Estate. So I know Ted's pretty excited to have you on the team, and you can hear that when I was speaking with him. Thank you, all of you. Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I've had, alas, it was to none but me, and all I've done for want of it to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, Good night and joy be with you all. So fill to me the parting glass and drink a health fore'er befalls. Then gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I've had, they are sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts that e'er I've had, they would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. So fill to me the parting glass and drink a health fore'er befalls. And gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. So fill to me the parting glass and drink a health fore'er befalls. Then gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass and drink it health fore'er befalls. Then gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Good night and joy be to you all. Mike and Anita, Dave Stewart, we are here, we are here. Well, we are leaving you soon. I hope that you've been with us all night. Sociable, drinks up. This has been a wonderful get-together without getting together concert. My name's Andrew Vanhorn. Thank you to the Village Lifestyle Real Estate team, Ted Custance and Catherine Arnold. This goes out to you. On the night that Paddy Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got a loaded trunk and they ain't been sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. Early we came with the bagpipes, some music for to play. Oh, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was for the night Pat Murphy died. As Mrs. Murphy sat in the corner pouring out of grief, Kelly and his gang came tearing up the streets. They went into an empty room and a bottle of whiskey stole. They put the bottle with the corpse to keep that whiskey cold. Oh, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. Oh, they said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Oh, and every drink in the place was full the night Paddy Murphy died. At 2 o'clock in the morning, after emptying the jug, Doyle rose up the icebox just to see poor Paddy's mug. They stopped the clock so Mrs. Murphy couldn't tell the time, and at 2:15 they argued it was 9. Oh, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Oh, and every drink in the place was full the night Paddy Murphy died. Stopped the hearse on George Street outside some dance saloon. They all went in at 8:30 and staggered out at noon. They went out to the graveyard, so holy and sublime. They found out when they got there, they left the corpse behind. I'm singing, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Oh, and every drink in the place was full the night Paddy Murphy died. On the night that Paddy Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed it around, every man was feeling gay. Oh, Leary King, the bagpipes, some music for to play. I'm singing, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. Oh, they said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Oh, and every drink in the place was full the night Paddy Murphy died. I'm singing, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. Well, they said it was a sin and shame, and they winked at one another. Oh, and every drink in the place was full the night Paddy Murphy died. Oh, and every drink in the place was full the night Paddy Murphy died. Thank you, Loyalist. Thank you, Bath. Thank you, Kingston. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. My name's Andrew Vanhorn. Signing off. Stick around for a couple videos. I appreciate you. I hope to see you again here. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today. I
will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
How would you like to do
Thy
something
rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
How you feeling?
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And now, ladies and gentlemen, something a little bit different.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. I was blind, but now I
Hey, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I thought we'd do a tune together with my good friend
Howdy on
Brian
McKinsey's
Quinn.
fan is a lovable compass.
How would you like to do a song together?
Let's do it.
Sounds good. How you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good too, thanks. You look sharp.
Thanks.
How about we do Fire in the Flood
Nice.
by Vance Joy? Sound nice? I was only walking through your neighborhood and saw the light on honey. In the cold I stood. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. I've been getting used to waking up with you. I've been getting used to waking up here. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. There you are. There you are. And you're the fire and the flood. And I'll always feel you in my blood. And everything is fine when your hand is resting next to mine, next to mine. You're the fire and the flood. Since we've met, I've had a lightness in my step, miles apart, but I still feel you. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. Late at night, when you cannot fall asleep, I'll be lying right beside you counting sheep. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. There you are. There you are. And you're the fire and the flood. And I'll always feel you in my blood. And everything is fine when your hand is resting next to mine, next to mine. Boy, when you know, and I know, and you're the fire and the flood, and I'll always feel you in my blood, and everything is fine when your hand is resting next to mine, next to mine. You're the fire and the flood. Oh. Nicely done, Brian.
Same to
Miss
you.
See you soon.
All right.